This really isn't the kind of videos that I was expecting to be making when I set off on this road trip. This week I've not been travelling at all and I've had breakdown problems. I think I almost got scammed and it has just been a very stressful week. But in honour of committing to YouTube and posting a video every week, I wanted to talk a bit about breakdowns abroad and language barriers and all of the problems that I've been through, to hopefully make people more aware and to kind of be more prepared when you go abroad. So last weekend I actually flew back to the UK and I was working in the UK for the weekend, and then I flew back to Italy where I picked up my van from the airport. The same day that I picked up my van from the airport, I broke down and I had some problem with the coolant leaking, and I knew that this was the problem because there was no coolant left in the van. I decided to just find somewhere safe to park up that night because I was exhausted from travelling, and I just stayed there for the night, and in the morning I called the breakdown and did all of the usual things that you do when you break down, and this is where the problem started. So I'd originally just thought there was a coolant problem, a pipe was burst or something like that, but apparently in Italy they don't try and fix things at the road, they have to tow you somewhere so they can fix it at a garage. I got towed to a tow centre. It wasn't even a garage, it was a tow centre, and they said a mechanic is going to come and look at the vehicle and see what's wrong. I said okay, fine. I went for a wander, came back, they said, oh, we need a couple days to figure out what's wrong, we need to do some tests, we need to diagnose it. I was a little bit like, okay, I'm not sure it should take that long to fix some pipes, but I'll give them the time and see if they can fix it, diagnose it. At this point they were still trying to diagnose the problem, and I don't know. I spent the day, I thought everything was going to be fine. I managed to get a hotel through my breakdown cover, and 2 days later I called them up and asked for an update. They didn't speak any English at all, and they said please message us so we can translate it, because it's easier to translate when you just type a message. I messaged them, hello, any update on my van, like, did you find the problem, is like, what's wrong with it? They then sent me, they then said that it's probably the head gasket, and they're still doing some tests to figure out if it definitely is, but they sent me some photos and said here's the progress of our work so far. They sent me pictures of an engine completely torn apart, and I had an absolute breakdown because I did not say they could even repair anything. I thought they were still just trying to find out what the problem was. I freaked out, as I think anyone would do, because I thought that they had taken my whole engine apart. I was in a foreign country, I couldn't speak the language, they couldn't speak any English. They like ripped my engine apart, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, I didn't say they could do this. So I'm currently in Italy, and I thought I'd update you on the situation with my van. I've had a very stressful morning. Originally I took the van originally I got towed by the tow company, and they had the mechanic have a look, and they thought it was the coolant pipe, but they did say there was potential that is something wrong with the engine. I messaged them for an update, and they said that it's probably the head gasket blown on the engine, and they then sent me photos of my engine completely taken apart and in pieces on the garage floor. I didn't tell them that they could take the whole engine apart. I don't know if that's normal for Italy, if that's a thing anywhere. In the UK I know they would for sure never take someone's whole engine apart unless they were going to tell you that's what they needed to do. And then it was just really hard to communicate between my breakdown insurance and between the garage and between the mechanic. Like, it's all different people, most of them don't speak English, and it was just quite a struggle. So now I'm trying to decide if well, first of all, I'm still waiting for a quote and a final estimate on how long and how much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take from them, and then I have to decide if I want to get it done here in Italy and leave it and let them do whatever they're doing to fix it, or if I want to ship the van back to the UK and get it sorted in the UK. I hate making decisions as it is, and when it's something that is so like everything I own is in that van, and it's quite scary to not know what's happening with it and it being in a different country. It's just quite hard to deal with, especially being by myself. I thought I stopped crying for the day, but anyway. I am now going to go to the workshop where the van is and get some more of my things, because I just quickly packed a bag with a few items, so I need to go and get some more clothes and some more of my things from the van, see if they have any update there or what's going on. I also did have some kind of weird suspicion that the pictures they sent me wasn't actually my van, like the engine from my van, so I kind of want to go and just see what the hell is going on. After freaking out and like speaking to my family and my girlfriend and everyone, I messaged them back and said, I did not authorise this, what is going on, how come you've taken my whole engine apart? They said, oh, someone authorised, so your friend called us, authorised it, we told you that there might be a problem with the head gasket, we have to take it apart to diagnose it. I was still really confused on what was going on, and I don't know, and I couldn't really understand what they were saying, but they were saying something like, don't wait at the hotel because it's going to be a while to fix it. So I guess they were implying that I should go back to England and come back when it's fixed. And then I eventually kind of was like, okay, fine, if they're gonna fix the head gasket that's blown, that I'm gonna have to leave the van here, go somewhere else and come back in like a week or 10 days or something. And that's what I was thinking in my head. But then as I was speaking to my mum, she said that she was speaking to my uncle, and he mentioned, is that even a Ford engine? And then I was looking at the pictures that they sent me, trying to figure out if it was actually my engine or if they had just sent me some random engine pictures. And I noticed that there were a few things that looked different from my van, and I was like, I don't think this is my engine at all. So what is going on and why are they sending me these pictures? I then messaged them and said, I need to get some more clothes from the van because I don't have anything with me, I need to come and get some things. They said, okay, but it's not at the original garage where you left it. I was like, okay, that's strange. It's at this workshop. They sent me an address. I looked up this workshop and it had actually really good reviews. It was a Ford official garage, and I was like, okay, if it's going to get fixed anywhere, at least it's getting fixed at a good place. I went to this garage. By the way, I spent all day trying to figure out the bus system or the taxis, and ended up paying like 60 euros for a taxi just to try and find where my van is. So I went to this garage. Oh hi, I'm here to collect some things from my van. He obviously spoke no English, and he said, what van? A big red van. No, I haven't seen a big red van. Not here. And I said, oh, this garage said that they brought it here. And he recognised the garage because it was in the same town. So he called that garage, said, oh, I've got someone here looking for a red van, like, what's going on? As he was like on the phone to this other garage, I then got a text from the garage, because we were speaking through WhatsApp. I got a text from them saying, I'm so sorry, all of the messages we sent were meant for another person. All of these messages were not for you. Your engine is fine, we've fixed your problem. It was a coolant issue and it's all fixed. At this point I was like really confused. I was at this garage where I was told my van was and it wasn't. I then the taxi was luckily waiting for me, so I said, can you please take me to this other garage? He took me there, and luckily the van was there, because I started panicking that they'd like sold it or like just got rid of it or something. My van was there, the engine was still inside, and they just said, the coolant, there was something wrong with the coolant system, we re-put the pipes on the right way or something like this. It's all fixed and fine. It's 300 euros, you can take it. And at this point I was like relieved that I was going to get the van and like they hadn't taken the engine apart, but I was also like so confused, like had they just tried to scam me and say that my head gasket had blown, when in reality my head gasket was fine and it was just a pipe that had come off or something. And they were going to try and get me to like go out of the country and come back in a couple of weeks when it had been fixed and say, oh, 2,000 euros for a head gasket repair. And I would be like, I would have had to pay it, because they would have said, yeah, we fixed your head gasket, it's fine now. And I would have been like conned out of 2,000 euros basically. So that's the story of my breakdown and potential scam here in Italy. And I'm still not 100% sure it was a scam. Some people are saying maybe it was a genuine mix-up and that they did genuinely send you the wrong messages, but I just find it really hard to believe that this tow centre in the middle of nowhere had more than one English van at the time. And it was just really strange. I didn't see any other English van there, I didn't see any other clients there at all. So it was just really strange, and I just had a weird feeling the whole time, and yeah. So that is why I have no nice video of me travelling around Italy to show you, because as soon as I picked up the van from the airport, I broke down, and I've been stressed all week, so I haven't obviously filmed much. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put the story out there, firstly to explain why I haven't made an actual nice video, but secondly to like make people more aware, to like make sure you're like really thorough with things when you are abroad, because these things can happen, and like it's kind of scary, and like I'm really glad that I managed to catch it if it was a scam, or in general I'm just glad that I managed to get the van back repaired, and I've been driving for a few hours today and it seems fine, so hopefully they did actually repair it. Yeah, if you break down abroad, please try and find a nice garage, because I've heard a lot of stories of people breaking down and they've had really good experience with garages abroad, and everything's been fine. But just make sure you're like super careful, and you want to find out all of the kind of what they're doing. Make sure you get someone who's speaking that language. So yeah, but now I'm in the Dolomites, so next week you can look forward to a video of me exploring the Dolomites, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm so happy to be back on the road and in the van. It was such a stressful week, and I honestly still don't really know what happened, or if it was a scam or if I'm just making things up. But yeah, go careful if you're travelling abroad, and make sure you've got all the right breakdown, all the right insurance, all the right everything you need, because you'll probably need it if you do break down. I'll see you all next week with hopefully a much better video than this one.